Hey guys, good morning from the National Cathedral, where we are about to embark, well, frankly, on a really long hike. We're gonna walk pretty much all the way across town because I need to get to Chinatown. Chinatown has a branch of my bank, which is from London, and it's the only branch in Washington, and I need to go make a deposit in person because of some weird computer thing. Hey, morning flap. So we're gonna walk all the way across town. This is gonna be a distance of about 3 miles or so. Should take us about an hour to get down to the bank. But it's an absolutely gorgeous day. So, I mean, why should I drive? Oh, you just saw yesterday's video. Okay, I was a little late last night due to the protest running late and other stupid editing stuff. Hey, Tim. So, we're gonna cut through the National Cathedral, make our way across town. A bunch of kids over here. Morning. Let's open this thing a bit. There we go. Why is this thing not going up? There we go. Morning. So we're gonna walk across town today. We're at the National Cathedral. We've got to cut around a detour by cutting through the courtyard cloisters over here and then make our way downtown. Yeah, it is a beautiful fall day. I mean, why should I drive today? Seriously. This is a day to walk. Let's go through the cloisters. I am in Washington, D.C. One day we'll do a tour. Problem going inside is it costs money, and you have to do like the official tour and everything like that. One day we'll get around to it. Here's some helicopters. This is the College of Cardinals or whatever. It's being renovated. A bunch of helicopters up behind the trees. Oh, we may see them. Sounds like a Black Hawk. So we're back here by the buttresses in the rear. Okay. Let's just keep making our way downtown. I haven't quite decided which way to go. We can go down Massachusetts Avenue. That's kind of the most direct route, but I've taken you down that road oh so many times before, yeah? So I thought maybe we'd go somewhere else. What up to this tree? Hey, well, that's kind of random. Look at that, like trees stump just hacked up. There's the cathedral. Come down the sidewalk here. Squirrel over there. There's a little path. I was gonna hang it right there, but we're gonna hang another right. I've had people tell me that they hear birds or dogs and stuff, and it sets off their pets. It gets more interesting if you guys are watching like on your TV or something in the living room, because then I can do weird stuff like, Alexa, what time is it? And then some of your Alexas go off. Hey, Sky Blue Jay, how's it going, mate? Oh, ouch. Just tripped. Hello, Twitch watchers. So we have a few people on Twitch. I think I'm called The Penguin 6 on Twitch because my username is jammed up on Penguin 6. Or is it Penguin 6 Actual? I can't even remember. No, they're making some sort of noise up here. Oh, that's cool, Philly. Yeah, I need to do more on Twitch. Oh, now you got a jackhammer up here. I hate jackhammers. So it's like on the Alexa told me it was like 63 degrees. In the sun, it feels a lot more than that. So I have a sweatshirt on. What are they doing? Tearing out something. Oh, yeah, it's loud. Yeah, big woodpecker with like hydraulics. There's a bunch of school kids out there doing their physical education classes. I used to have a Linux company, and the mascot of Linux is a penguin, and I was reading Rainbow Six by Tom Clancy, so Penguin 6 just sounded cool. Nothing more exciting than that. There's a couple schools here. There are 3 schools on the grounds of the National Cathedral. There is an elementary school, and then there's an all-boys school and an all-girls school. And they're all on the grounds here. So those buses that you see are for their sports teams and stuff. Morning. Okay, which way to go? Dude, you know, there's a road back here. I haven't taken you guys down, and it more or less goes where we want to go, and it's pretty. It's definitely prettier than walking down a main artery. So if you guys are up for it, we can go down that back road instead of going down the road with all the traffic. Tree. So for those who don't know about live streams, sometimes your comments get delayed. So for example, in the last minute, I've gotten no new comments. Though I know you guys are chatting. And then they all come in. Yeah, we're losing our trees though. They're starting to turn to the fall. Some of the trees have already started to turn color. So we're gonna take the back road. We'll skip some of the embassies that I've shown you 100 times. The only glitchy thing about the back road is that there's like, I have to walk in the road and occasionally cars come. Oops, there we go. Oh, windy. Yeah, that's the sad part about like fall is if you get a windy day, you don't have a very good fall. You know? They all just blow off and then you're kind of like, no fun. Hey, what's up? So we're on a little walk. Yeah, we had a frost warning out in the suburbs last night. I think it got down to about 40 or so. This area is kind of known as Cathedral Heights. We're in the heights of the cathedral. There's some big houses. There's another area, I don't remember the name, but it's even more posh. And as we go down this road, you're going to see mega posh houses. I mean, like, ridiculous. Okay, so we are at 34th Street, and I don't even know the name of the street. Yeah, sidewalk ends up ahead. Fulton? Yeah, 34th and Fulton Street, Northwest, F-U-L-T-O-N. So if you want to follow along on Google Maps, you can see where we are as we go down this back road that I haven't really taken you down before. I haven't seen any ladybugs lately. I mean, we do see them here, but just not lately. No, I just need to deposit a paper check, and my bank's stupid online deposit system isn't working right now. So I am physically walking to the bank to deposit a check for about $65.23. Are DC buildings deserted? No, but they are at about 50% occupancy. I think because about 50% of the people are still work from home. So a lot of buildings are pretty vacant, but they're not deserted. You see people around. We'll see people today once we get off this back road. Mustang Medic moved out to the West Coast somewhere, Arizona or something. We might see some deer back here. There's usually a bunch of deer back here. It is, Ray. It's a stupid paper check from a stupid... It's like a refund of a phone. I used to have this phone line that I got rid of, and the bank issued me a paper check of the deposit and then the amount I had overpaid, and it was just like, seriously, guys? You guys bill me electronically. You can't refund me electronically? I think they do that because a certain proportion of people don't actually cash the checks and then they get the money themselves. Yeah, but it's pretty annoying. But hey, you know, it's a beautiful day and I kind of needed an excuse to go for a walk, so this is as good as any. It's like these companies, you can sign up online to have their service, but if you want to cancel, you got to go through like an hour and a half of phone tree and disconnect your service. That's one thing California did that was cool. They said, like, if you can sign up online, you can cancel your account online. It was like, yeah, that makes sense. We're back in the woods here, starting to be fall. This isn't really a forest. This is just sort of a wooded area by a bunch of houses. You're going to see a bunch of really big houses here on the left. DC is actually a very tree city. I think that if you look at a picture from like a satellite camera of DC, you'd actually be kind of shocked how much tree cover there really is, especially in this area, the upper northwest sector of DC. Here comes a car. There's a big house. Normanstone, that's the neighborhood. So this is the Normanstone, no, I'm on Normanstone Drive, Normanstone area of DC, and this is mega posh. I mean, these are all like $5 to $10 million houses. I think we're gonna get lunch in Chinatown. I was kind of thinking we might go to the revolving sushi place. I haven't decided though. Oh, there's a sidewalk. That's cool. I always see people walking on the street here, so I didn't know there was a sidewalk. DC was chosen as the capital city as a compromise between the North and the South. They picked an area between where the Anacostia met the Potomac all the way up to a spot, I think it was in Pennsylvania. And they left the decision up to George Washington. George Washington picked basically the Anacostia and the Potomac, and if I understand, it actually, some of his land became part of DC. I'm sure he probably got paid for that. We actually call it China Block now because there's so few Chinese left in Chinatown that it's just like a block of Chinese restaurants. Not even that. Yeah, it's pretty back in here. Though I'm noticing my signal is degrading. My bandwidth as we're going farther into this valley. Hopefully when we come up the other end we should get our signal back. The capital raged around New York, Philadelphia, Annapolis, Maryland, Trenton, New Jersey. They had a sort of a revolving capital for a while. And then there was a riot in Philadelphia, and the Philadelphia police kind of supported the rioters, and they did not protect the federal government while they were in Philadelphia. And as a result of that, the government decided that we needed a specific federal district so that it wasn't under the auspices of any state, so that no state could have too much power over the federal government. So thus the District of Columbia was established. I haven't gone to Mount Vernon in a long time. Hi. That's what it does look like, a squirrel on a stick. The Chinese have all moved out to the suburbs. They have taken over an area called Rockville, Maryland. It's kind of like a lot of new Chinese restaurants and stuff. The downtown area just became so valuable that it was just crazy for the Chinese to hold property there. I mean, they bought these restaurants 30, 40 years ago for $50,000 or something, and now developers are like, oh, we'll give you $4 million. Okay, you know. Named after Christopher Columbus, Columbia. I think. Actually, wasn't Columbia the name of the U.S. at the time or something like that? Some people called America Columbia or something like that. I can't remember. Bit of runoff coming down this creek. The creek had a bit of water, but it was actually pretty brown. There was a lot of construction runoff in it. There's a bit of water here. Morning, Hope. Okie dokie, which way do we go? I think we go up. But yeah. I thought she was called Freedom on top of the Capitol. Maybe the woman is named Columbia. The statue was called Freedom. I can't remember. Sounds like an electric car. I think it was an electric car. Morning. What's up, Maggie? Oof. That's pretty cheap. You have to go through Iceland, yeah? Iceland air used to be like really cheap. You'd stop over and continue on to London. Oh. So these are a lot of ambassadors' houses up here on my right. I think the British ambassador moved down here temporarily while they work on his place. Who's this? Guinea. This is the ambassador of Guinea, and I believe this is the British ambassador temporary accommodations while they work on his main house at the embassy. We are in D.C. In fact, we're very close to Barack Obama's house. Or maybe this is the British ambassador's place. Hard to tell because none of the cars, this isn't a British flag. That's what? Is that Costa Rica's flag? Who has like the red and blue, or Dominican Republic? I don't recognize the flag. Maybe you guys do. Oh. Yeah, it's the Dominican Republic. That's the embassy. I was going up a hill there for a bit, and we're going downhill now. We should be okay. This is the Kazakhstan ambassador's place. Or maybe it's the Kazakhstan embassy. Isn't this where Borat is from? Oh, tree. Hey, we got our signal back. Okay, so now we are on, oh, squirrel. Rock Creek Drive, I think. Now we gotta go uphill again. This kind of sucks. Not sure what that is. Art. Costa Rica. Okay, so that wasn't the Costa Rica flag. Now I'm getting hot because we're going to walk uphill. I have not done a video at National Harbor. Well, maybe one, but generally no, I don't get down there very often. I should though. They have some cool stuff. This is the Canadian ambassador's house. So the ambassador of Canada lives here. 2825 Rock Creek Drive. Yeah, definitely working up an appetite. One more block uphill, then we return to the downhill. There's a homeless camp up here on my left. Yeah, but we're gonna get back in the city here in a bit. I have gone plane spotting a few times on my video over at Gravelly Point by Reagan National. It's kind of fun. Almost to the top. So that's the Italian embassy right there and the Brazilian ambassador's house. You guys kind of know where we are right now. At the end of the road on the right is Hillary Clinton's house, Hillary and Bill Clinton's Washington home. And down here on the left, we're back on Embassy Row. So some of you are like, I know where he is. He's gone here before. Homeless is kind of all over the place. The city, when the camps get too big, the city pushes them away and then they set up other camps. Yeah, Anne-Marie, we're back in the traffic again. Maybe we'll get off this road. That's the Rock Creek Parkway. And we're back on Massachusetts Avenue. Morning. Let's keep walking down this road. So this is Waterside Drive and Massachusetts Avenue. And just up here on the left, you're going to see the Washington Islamic Center, which is basically a mosque. This is where a lot of the Muslim embassy staff will come for their afternoon prayers during the day. And it's set up right down here by all the embassies. Though to be honest, a lot of the Middle Eastern countries move their embassies farther away. They're not in this area anymore. Now, right behind this mosque is Barack Obama's house and the Russian defense attaché's house. And Ivanka Trump's old house. So Ivanka Trump lived next to the Russian spies, and Barack Obama lives behind a Muslim mosque. Okay. I could just show you. So that red brick building right there with the windows, the white windows, that is the Russian Spy Center for Washington, D.C. And then down at the end of the road, you see the Secret Service. That is Barack Obama's entrance. Morning. I think this is Belize, the Embassy of Belize, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the street I can't go down yet. Embassy of Belize. This is the Turkish Embassy. This is one of the newer embassies. They just built this a couple years ago. Quite modern. That's the Japanese embassy on the right-hand side. They actually have a couple buildings. He doesn't really spend much time here, apparently. Same with Clinton. They only come here occasionally during the year. Now, this road has been under repair for about a year and a half, a new gas pipe project. But you guys have often asked, why are all the trees in a fence? And that's because these are tree protection fences. These are required by city law to put these fences around the trees so that no contractor accidentally runs a backhoe into the tree or puts his tools on the roots of a tree. The only way to maintain a tree-lined street is to actually protect the trees. So you'll see up and down this street, all the trees are in cages to basically protect them. So if you guys remember, Ronald Reagan's CIA director was a guy named Bill Casey. Bill Casey lived right here in this house. He was a wealthy New York businessman who went on to lead the CIA under Reagan, was implicated in Iran-Contra and all the other Reagan policies. He lived right there. I just got to 10,000 users on TikTok. Means I can now get paid. Maybe. So apparently the rates on TikTok are really poor. It doesn't pay very well for the small user like me. Yeah, it's kind of funny looking, these trees, but they'll be taking these fences off shortly when they finish the road. So this is the Venezuelan ambassador's house. Complicated who lives there, because the U.S. doesn't really like the Maduro government or whatever, who's in power. And across the street is the Korean embassy. South Korea's embassy is right over there. This is like, I think this is the Marshall Islands or Micronesia. I can't remember which. It's an embassy. is the Embassy of Zambia, but it's being renovated. It's been under renovation for like 2 years. So they moved to another building around the block. It's a nice old building. Tree. I made the mistake of flying. Ray, I did a project in Russia 20, 30 years ago, back when Russia was reopened, and pretty much every American who's ever been to Russia was called a spy at one time or another. But being a spy and a YouTuber, they're not really mutually beneficial careers. That's the Embassy of Chad. I always get that mistaken with Romania. And then that's the Dutch ambassador's house. Jeff Bezos lives down that street too. This is a weird little park. This is Robert Emmet Park. Robert Emmet was an Irish patriot, nationalist. And on St. Paddy's Day, the Irish Embassy comes down and puts flowers out here on his statue. This is Cameroon's embassy, the Embassy of Cameroon. That is the Korean Cultural Center, that red brick building. And they have like K-pop classes there, yeah? They teach you about Korean culture. So like once a month, they have like a giant K-pop party. And all the kids come out from D.C. and they dance and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. This is St. Jerome, in front of the Embassy of Croatia. Let's keep going. Tree. Dump it into trees. So this is the old Pakistani embassy. Last week, some guy broke into this embassy. I don't know why. Secret Service arrested him. There's like nobody there. That is the poorest country in the North America. That is Haiti's embassy right there. And they're next to Chile. Embassy of Chile is right here. Chile is watering the sidewalk. Let's cut across here. It's pretty safe, I think. Yeah, we can make it. Now, I think this big building here on the corner is the Greek ambassador's house. It's like both of these houses combined. Yeah, this is the Greek ambassador's house. The Greek embassy is on the other side of the circle, so you can walk toward. That's the Egyptian ambassador's house, and then the Philippines embassy, and then the Vietnamese embassy. So Vietnam is going to move soon. They bought a new embassy. Now, this building here, I believe, jackhammers suck. This is the South Korean Consulate. This is where you come to get a visa or your passport renewed and stuff like that. And they're next to the Latvians. That's the Latvian Embassy. Latvian women are generally rated some of the most beautiful women in the world, if you ever do an internet search. Latvians also have a little library where they give away free books. Let's see what they're giving away today, huh? It's probably in Latvian, though. They have a couple books today, not too many. Next to the Latvians, this is the Embassy of Turkey. The Turkish ambassador lives here. This used to be the Turkish Embassy. Now it's just the ambassador's house. They are big houses. This is the Embassy of Romania. I think you can see why I got the flag confused with the Chad flag. The flag of Chad and the flag of Romania are pretty close. Ooh, smells bad. Now right here is a monument, yeah? This monument is for the Chilean ambassador, Orlando Letelier, and then his assistant, Ronnie Moffett. They were murdered in a car bomb, 1976. Their car left the Chilean embassy, came around this corner, and it blew up. Kablamo. It was generally regarded that Pinochet's intelligence services had killed him. He was a supporter of Allende, who the Pinochet government had toppled in a coup. This is the Irish Embassy. Free Guinness every Friday at happy hour. I don't know if that's true. I just say it in hopes that it might be one day. Okay, where are we now? We still have a lot of walking to do, guys. And you're like, oh, it's too late. No, we got a lot more to go. Because we're nowhere near where we need to be. Pause. Cool. This is the Embassy of Luxembourg, I believe. Here on my right. Sidewalk closed. I guess we have to go this way. It's all right. Vehicle accident with injuries. So guys, there's just been a car accident just right over here about a block away. We should be hearing fire trucks pretty soon. It's a red light, dude. Okay. What am I on? I'm on Q. It just said there's an accident at 20th and Q with injuries. So we're like only a block away. We're gonna get there before the ambulance, I think. So over there is the Embassy of India. In fact, let's cut across since there's no traffic right now. Oh, they started repaving finally. That's nice. Okay, this is 21st century. Here's the Indian Embassy here on my left. And there's a statue of Gandhi over on the right. He's walking just like me. Up ahead, it looks like the first fire trucks have just arrived to this pedestrian struck incident. I don't know if you guys can see it blinking up ahead. The engine company has just arrived to take care of that pedestrian struck. We'll get there. I told you we'd get there before the ambulance. Yeah, Phil, not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. The signal is kind of subject to the bandwidth gods and their mercy or lack thereof. We just gotta plug on through. If you do get disconnected, just stick around. We'll be back. We're not gonna, it's not like I'm just gonna end randomly, I don't think. Okay, let's go see this pedestrian struck. Probably struck by a bike. We are up early, we're out for a little walk, and we just come across a pedestrian accident. Engine Company 9, though I don't see anyone. This is odd. I don't see anyone either. They're still in their truck. They're like, hey, this guy didn't show up. Oh well. If he did get hit, he kind of disappeared. Oh, now they're moving. This is Dupont Circle subway. This is one of the longest escalators in D.C. And let's just keep walking. There's another homeless camp here. He's flying overhead. There he is, it's a Black Hawk. Now this place up here is called Kramer Books. And this is one of the original coffee bookshops in the country. Yeah, before Barnes & Noble, before all that trendy stuff. There was Kramer Books. It's been around for 40 or 50 years. Kind of a place where you go to get books and hang out. We are at 19th and Massachusetts Avenue. We are heading down to about 6th and Massachusetts. So we got about 13 more blocks to go. A little more than a mile. Yeah, this is the Dupont Circle neighborhood. This was the original gay and lesbian neighborhood of DC. And it became quite trendy. As gays move in and renovated all the buildings and houses, and the land value shot up. Big businesses noticed, started putting in restaurants and groceries, and totally renovated this whole area. You guys gotta let me go. Another helicopter coming across. This is a mussel, I think. Yep, there he is. Two of them. That's the commander of Helicopter Squadron 1. That's his ship, the gray one. Helicopters are like squirrels. I've said that before. Just all over. Here comes that fire truck. It's going. So I think the actual location is down here. Because up ahead there's an ambulance. So this engine is going towards the ambulance. No, he said screw it, I'm going back to my fire station. Okay, so I guess there was no pedestrian, or the pedestrian decided to go home on their own. Yeah, it's a little sad, Ed, actually. But Hueys make a distinct sound. It's a heavy, heavy thump. This car is lost. Okay. The sky is blue today, yes. The homeless stay in the tents in the winter. I mean, there are shelters. DC has a number of shelters. It's just the homeless have told me the shelters are scary. There's crazy people, violent people, drugs, crime. They don't want to go in the shelters. They prefer staying outside in a tent with a propane heater or something. Another ambulance coming. Probably for a transport. I hate jackhammers. That was a helicopter echo. This is a transport unit. No, it's a medic. Medic 1. Okay, that means that the ambulance crew needed paramedics to come assist. So it's a more serious incident than was initially dispatched. Medic 1 is the ambulance that serves most of the motorcades and White House helicopter cover. It's located downtown. Okay. What street are we on? 17th? So 10 blocks. But I've kind of gone a little bit off course here, so we're going to have to veer back over to Massachusetts in a bit. Yeah, sirens, the national sound of Washington, D.C. The siren. So we got police on the scene, an ambulance, now a medic unit. Getting his crash bag. Not sure what that call is. You can look it up on Pulse Point. I think it's web.pulsepoint.org or .com, and then you select DC, Washington D.C. Office of Unified Communications, and you can find out what that call really is all about, if you're really curious. So like I said, this is the predominantly gay neighborhood. The crosswalks are rainbow colored. And stupid camera back this way. Yeah. America seems to have an unquenchable desire for mulch. They're constantly mulching up trees. All right, we're gonna get back on Massachusetts Avenue and continue our quest downtown. I don't know what we're gonna do after we go to the bank and after we get lunch. I haven't really planned that far in advance. It is getting very close to lunchtime, but we're on a mission. We've got to get to the bank first. Then we can go have lunch. I'm now at 17th Street, and Chinatown is about 7th Street. So we got about 10 blocks, about a mile, a little less than a mile maybe. Problem is that there's a couple traffic circles we have to go around, which is just gonna add distance. Can't like walk straight. Lunch today I think might be sushi. We may go to the revolving sushi place if the line's not too bad. This is Johns Hopkins University. They're moving though. They're going to move downtown soon. All Nitschke School of International. This is part of an embassy. I wanted to say Philippines, but I don't think so. Maybe it is. It is Philippines. Yeah, this is part of the Philippine Embassy. The Chancery of the Embassy of Philippines. That place right over there, that used to be the National Rifle Association headquarters. And then they decided that D.C. wasn't a good place for them. They moved to Virginia. Over here on my left, guys, this is the new Australian Embassy. The new Aussie Embassy, still being built. Let's try not to get hit. Okay, we're now at 16th Street. The White House is just down to my right, about 5 blocks. I told you it was an annoying circle we had to go around. I'm almost to the point of taking off my coat. Almost. So we're at Rhode Island in Massachusetts, and this is a statue of Hanuman. No, I don't know who that is. Looks like a deep thinker, yeah? German guy, I guess. Leipzig, Goth. The guy on the horse is, that's Scott, I think. I think that's Scott Circle or Thomas Circle. I think it's Scott Circle. Corregidor Street. 15th Street. We are counting down the streets until we get to Chinatown. Ooh, pretty girl on a bicycle. Maybe she can give me a ride. Nope, she's out of my life. Goodbye. Yesterday I went for a hike with my wife and she got tired. And I was like, well, I'll just rent a bike and you can like ride on the back. And she's like, no, I'm too old for that. And I was like, oh, I'll get a scooter. And she didn't want a scooter. So we ended up walking home. She was tired today. Oh, I assure you we have parts of DC that are not cleaner. But we're in the downtown sector sort of right now. That was 15th Street. We're going down to about 6th or 7th. And then we have to cut over a couple blocks. We're not far though. We're not far. Love the live. You know, a lot of people like live streams. You know, I started as a live streamer back in the Periscope days on Twitter. And I migrated to YouTube because it just gave me a bit more flexibility. Because a lot of stuff, you know, there's long pauses and some of you guys just get bored. So I thought I'd just make like highlights. But I've been coming back to live streaming lately. Do more live streams. German physician. I did start walking flaps from my apartment in DC. Oof. They had a big traffic tie-up yesterday. They blocked the Beltway yesterday. But they got arrested. I don't think they were doing anything today in the city. At least that I heard of. Let's go into this circle. We're safe. This is Thomas. Major General George Thomas. And the White House is just down there. And next statue down there is McPherson Square. That's a big homeless camp. And then beyond that is the White House itself. Let's go into the shade for a bit. So we're on 14th Street. Yeah, my video of Donald Trump got pirated like a bajillion times. Even by like legitimate news people that should know better, you know. They just copied my video and shared it as their own. I was just like, as if. They are planning to rename some bases. They just announced that last week. Oh, there's a beautiful church over there, by the way. I didn't show you. National City Christian Church. And there's another one over there. Hang on a second. Oh. hang on, I'm taking off my coat. There we go. Sorry for all the jitters. That was my hoodie coming off. Yeah, corner, I gotta do something. Yeah, Ray, she's a nice gal. She's getting started in YouTube. She just had a big video, and she's more of a journalist than I am. And so she's like going after the Park Service about why they haven't updated the President's Wall in the visitor center. So if you guys follow Emily Miller, I think I shared her video yesterday. Some of you asked what it smells like. Well, it kind of smells like me sweating, but it also smells like weed. Yeah, because weed is basically tolerated in D.C. and in several sidewalk areas. The stench is unmistakable. You walk around the city. Thirteenth Street, guys. 6 more blocks, more or less. Okay. I think the streets are getting shorter here. The city blocks are getting narrower, maybe. Maybe it's just my imagination. It's my imagination. Lambda, lambda, lambda. And a mega moo. It's basically DC legalized it. The federal government said, no, you can't legalize it. And so DC's like, well, okay, but they don't really enforce it. Huh. So we're getting into a lot of homeless camps down in this area. That's why you see the fence over here, is they closed off this area for homeless. So they just sit out on the sidewalk. It's complicated because these little parks here are controlled by the National Park Service, not the District of Columbia. So it requires federal action, federal police, to clean up these parks. Not city police. So the feds will close a park to the homeless and they move to a city park, and then the city will close it and they move back to a fed park. It just goes on and on in circles. It can be pretty crazy. Oh, let's cut down here. It's not very sturdy, but it keeps them out, I guess. Keeps the homeless out. I think if you go into the park through the fence, then they can get you for like destroying the fence, federal property. Of course, if they don't have the fence, then whatever. They can't just trespassing or something. So we're cutting down a little bit through the back streets because I just felt like it, because I have to make this side turn anyway. And this way we can walk through a bit of the city. We're gonna go whichever way the light turns. If the light turns that way, we're gonna go that way. If the light turns this way, we're gonna go this way. Oh, fire truck. That's an interesting fire truck to be going that way. That's a supervisor. That means there's a bigger call than normal. Oh, what happened to my handler? There we go. Oh. Hello. I think this is just an ambulance coming. I bet it's an AMR ambulance. Nope, it's a real one. Ambulance 13. I wonder where he's going. Hello, Benton Harbor. Hi, Bob. And Bill. No, they don't really. Though they don't necessarily stay out on the streets as much in the winter months. Okay, we're at 11th and I right now. We're trying to get down to about 6th and H. So we got about one more block to the south and then like 5 blocks to the left. AMR is a private ambulance service that is contracted by the District of Columbia for non-critical ambulance care. So they call an ambulance, and if the guy's like just got like a headache or something, then they'll call an AMR ambulance to transport him to the hospital. And they put the DC ambulance, DC paramedic, back in service so he can respond to life-threatening calls. So the AMR ambulances do non-life-threatening, by and large. I mean, they have advanced care as well, but generally they're just a transport ambulance service. And they're very noisy. That, by the way, is the old Greyhound bus station, that kind of Art Deco building here on the right. This is where the Greyhounds used to come. Let's come over. Let's go down this way.
One of them was screaming and was teaching wrong things.
I thought you'd like this street. So this is called like City Center DC. It's a high-end shopping area with posh stores and streets lit up and alleys and restaurants. Spade, Louis Vuitton. back. I always tell people this reminds me of Hong Kong because of all the high-end stores, Dior, Hermes, you know. Looks like they're putting up, yeah, they're putting up the Christmas lights, guys. It's that time of the year. They're starting to put up the holiday lights. That dude's gonna fall in the tree. There is no McDonald's. That building or this building, no, or one of these buildings is the Uniform Division of the Secret Service. That's their headquarters. It's unmarked now. It used to have a sign, but now it's unmarked. Yeah, it's not cold enough to turn the fountains off yet, but I mean, tonight it's supposed to get in the 40s or something like that. This is the Tesla dealer here. Oh, let's cut over here. Okay, so we are, why did I come over to this side of the street? I have no idea. I think I came over to avoid the shade, but I need to actually be on the other side of the street for my bank. Not thinking. Wait. There's a Five Guys right here. Very, very tempting. I had a burger fry and a Coke the other day at Five Guys. $20. $20 for a burger fry and a Coke. I mean, come on. There's a bike rack. I should have just got a bike. I'd be here by now. All right, now we're crossing. There's a homeless lunch kitchen up there. Guys, do you know where we are? Yeah, guys, we're in Chinatown. Woo. Our final destination. We are nearing our final destination. Whew. Here's my bank, HSBC. I'm gonna have to turn the stabilizer off for a minute because I'm gonna put this away. So we're gonna have to go back to just holding the phone. Hang on a second. There's my old house, Hong Kong. I used to live right up there. That's my... Oh, we're depositing money in the bank account. Hang on, we're still busy. Sorry, this is boring. Okay. All done, guys. Wasn't that worth the hike? So, sorry for the momentary financial transaction. I know it was boring. So let's go over and get some lunch, yeah? YouTube moderates comments, I don't. But sometimes YouTube does weird stuff. I've also found that if you put a period in your comment, YouTube thinks it's a link and it'll block you. Even if it's just like a typo, you know? You put the period, but then you didn't put a space after it. I'd love to get some wonton soup, but it all is kind of pretty bad here. I haven't been impressed with the soup here. Oh, they're open. Nothing on the sushi bar though. I would have to order.
Salad that doesn't have a price next to it, $3.35. Anything that you make that's let you come on the straight to you take on the top of it. So the whole menu is on the tablet. Everything's pretty much automated. So I can pick something that's on. If you pick it from the tablet, yeah. But you can also pick stuff directly from the tablet. It'll get counted once it goes down the place.
Sure. No food on the belt yet. We're gonna have to order off the tablet. Just one. 17's fine, yeah. Thank you. Oh. Yeah, somebody didn't know how to order. Seared beef yakini's sauce. Let's try this one. That's the robot. That's the robot soda delivery machine. Oh, okay. Let's start ordering. Oh, updating. Here we go. We need to order. Yeah, we're not gonna drink right now. Beef udon, my favorite. Order one. There we go. Bring me my udon. Coming. Oh, what else are we gonna get? French fries. Let's get a drink. Yeah. Just a water. Okay. So after you order, you put your tray in there. Here they can't find enough people to work for minimum wage, basically. Beef was pretty good. The beef was really good, actually. I didn't really like the sauce so much, but the beef was good. We'll get another one if it comes by. You're hungry now. Bummer. So we just have to talk over the music, I think. So YouTube doesn't like nail us with a cop. Thank you. Oh, because I'm back here, I don't get the rope. Yeah, I saw cheesecake. This place is a Japanese chain, and it didn't open until after COVID, really. There's lots of steak. I've got some stuff coming on the cart soon. So there's a conveyor belt up here that's going to bring me some of my food. Got some more shrimp. Here it comes. Soup has arrived. Yeah, they put my order on the belt and then they zip it out to me. Oh, look at that, guys. Oh, there goes the robot. Yum, 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 yum. This is beef udon soup. So good. Woo. Okay, guys, I tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my meal, not torture you too much eating in front of you. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll have a video tonight. We gotta go out and film something. Here comes the robot again. Funky robot. All right, thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you soon.